Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm an OCD recovery coach. On this channel, we talk about how to fully recover from OCD. Full recovery is absolutely possible. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can recover too. Today I want to talk to you about how to speed up your OCD recovery. So if you are, let's say, ruminating X amount of minutes, you are per 3 hours as we're tracking with the GREYMOND method. If you are doing this list of avoidances, if you are doing these compulsions, you have to understand that all of that has to go down to zero for you to recover. Now, you can recover in 10 years, you can recover in 1 year, you can recover in 6 months, you can recover in a month or 2 months. And month or 2 months, I just wanted to make it clear, it's not like your brain can heal in a month, right? But you will feel like you are fully recovered, which means that I always like to say 6 months, because your brain needs to not only stop doing compulsions, avoidances, rumination, right? But it also needs to kind of cement the progress, right? So your nervous system needs to adjust and so on and so forth, right? So it's not just like, well, I got to zero, that's great, and then you drop everything, right? So you have to kind of go back to regular life slowly, not let me take a cast off my leg and here I go running for the marathon, right? Like, just walk first and do a little physio, that kind of thing, right? So not all at once, but that scope of work that you need to do right now currently, that still needs to be done. How fast you're going to do it, again, you can do it in a month, you can do it in 2 months, you can do it in a year, you can do it in 10 years. It's up to you. And a lot of it depends on other situations in your life, how much room you have to do exposure work, how much room you have to focus on OCD. But overall, I'll tell you this, that if you feel like you're too busy and you don't have room in your life right now to do recovery, you will have room in your life when you feel paralyzed and horizontal and you can't get off the bed because you are paralyzed with thoughts. So better now than at that point, to start doing recovery work. So that's for that. But overall, the speed depends on you. Don't compare yourself to other people who are maybe going faster than you, or people who say you can never recover and are doing one exposure a day, right? They're all on different speeds, on different life situations, doing things differently. You do you. However you want your recovery to go, that's how it should go. But I find that it helps to have a clear plan. Like, again, with clients, I had clients who had to recover by certain date, or at least get a lot better by certain date. And having a plan of, I need to reduce these things, right? So you have your scope, and every day you know what you need to reduce. So this works especially well with physical compulsions, but also with rumination reduction. That in order to get to zero by this time, I need to be reducing by 10 minutes, or I need to be reducing by 10 compulsions, and stick to the plan. It helps to see it as, okay, this is where my end point is. That's the full recovery, where I'm not doing any rumination, when I'm not doing any compulsions, right? And again, full recovery is, we know that you're fully recovered basically over time, right? So the second that you are at zero, it doesn't mean that that second you're fully recovered, right? We need some time to go by. We need to see that you're dealing with stresses of life, that you're not falling down with triggers, right? So something that used to trigger you before, you're not noticing anymore. It's not giving you any thoughts or anxiety or anything like that, right? So that all of that kind of reveals itself over time, right? So the second that you get to zeros, where you're no longer doing compulsions, you're no longer doing rumination, that's not your sign to stop doing recovery work, right? You got to make sure, and I have a lot of clients who, because clients send me tracking every day, I have a lot of clients who are sending me zeros for maybe a month or two after they have gone through the recovery process, right? But they're still making sure that they're keeping on it, just to be safe, just to make sure that we don't fall into it. Because I always say this, that the ice is thinnest right after recovery, right after you feel recovered. Because at that point, you feel so motivated, you feel on top of the world, you feel like you don't have any thoughts, you can do anything. And people with OCD, their nature, a lot of the time, not to group people, but a lot of the time they tend to be doers, active, meaning not physically active, but uh, mentally active, meaning like they like to start projects, they like to do things, you know, and they get themselves wrapped up in too much, stress themselves out, or try to do too many things at once, again, stress themselves out and fall back into OCD because basically, again, they're trying to run a marathon on a leg that was just taken out of a cast. So easy does it, slowly get through it, and just give yourself some time to heal. But at the same time, the amount of that scope of time, the speeding up, right? How do you want to do it? Some people will, like when I talk to clients, right? Some people will say, Ali, I don't want to go fast. I just want to get through it, but I don't really want to recover in a short amount of time because I can't handle it. I got too much going on. Okay, that's fine, right? But if you are in a situation where you need to speed it up, look at the scope, make a plan, and then stick to that plan every single day, hitting those milestones. That's it. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to do a session with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. I will be back tomorrow with another video. I'll see you tomorrow.